Hey, how's it going? So today I want to show you how I do my farm runs on my main account. And please keep in mind, this isn't meant to be a guide or how to efficiently train farming. This is simply the route that I take for my farm runs on my main. And this is pretty much the route I did all the way to 99 farming from like the 60s. Of course, some things did change throughout the levels, but overall it's been pretty much the same general idea. So for my equipment, I've got the farmer's outfit from Tithe Farm for the 2.5% XP boost. And before I got the outfit, I would just wear full graceful. The Chronicle is to teleport to one of the bush patches. The Magic Secateurs and Explorer's Ring, I think they're actually unnecessary for the run, but it's just a force of habit because I have them all lined up in the bank in my farming tab, but I don't believe they're actually needed. Before I built the pool in my POH, I would just use the Explorer's Ring to restore my energy once during my farm run when I would run out. But yeah, I guess it's just for good luck now. But onto my inventory, I've got the Artie Cloak for one of the bush patch teleports. I got farming tools, 5 papaya saplings and a calquat tree sapling, pineapples for papaya tree payment, poison ivy seeds, teleport crystal to get to the tree patch in Letya, Camelot teleport to get to the Catherby tree patch, coins as payment to chop the trees down, and then poison ivy berries to pay for the calquat tree. I've currently got 15.9 mil farming XP, and this is the exact run that I've used to get all my post 99 XP. But now we're just going to do a live walkthrough of the actual run, and I'll just kind of explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So first thing I do is I teleport to my house and get to my spirit tree, and then use the spirit tree to get to the first tree patch in the gnome stronghold. Before I had the spirit tree in my house, I would just use a slayer ring to teleport to the slayer cave and run from there. But even without slayer rings, you could use the Artie Cloak monastery teleport to get you pretty close to a spirit tree, or of course even just teleporting to Varrock and running to the spirit tree at the Grand Exchange could be like a last ditch plan. But the Artie Cloak 1 is so easy to get, I mean you really should have it. So after I check the health and pick all the fruit, I note them at the tool leprechaun, then pay the farmer to cut my tree down, and I plant the sapling, and then I pay the farmer to watch over it. And that's what I do for every tree. Next, we're going to run back over to the tree and teleport to the spirit tree that I have planted in Etsateria to go to the bush patch there. The great thing about poison ivy is that it never gets diseased, so you never have to pay the farmer to watch over it. So we're going to check the health, pick the 4 poison ivy berries from it, clear it, then plant the next one, and that's all we've got to do. Poison ivy seeds are under 500 GP each, while the berries are currently 1.2k each, and you get 4 poison ivy berries per patch, so you're making over 4k GP per poison ivy bush, plus they're decent XP. I mean, they're not amazing, but considering how easy the bushes are able to be implemented into the run, I'd say they're worth it. Okay, so next we're going to run back to the spirit tree and teleport to the tree gnome village to get to the next tree patch. By the way, instead of bringing GP, you could just bring an axe to chop the trees down, but I would definitely recommend bringing GP over the axe, because there's no benefit to manually chopping a tree down. It's just a waste of time, and it only costs 200 GP to pay the farmer to cut the tree down for you. So then after we've got this tree done, the next one that I like to go to is the one in Letya. So we're going to use the teleport crystal to get right there, and you can see how close the tree is to the teleport. It's really such a short run from there. By the way, the reason why I plant papaya trees over palm trees is because they're so cheap. They usually hover around 1.5 to 2 GP per XP, while palm trees are almost 8 GP per XP. So essentially I'm spending 10k GP to get 6k XP, rather than spending over 80k GP just to get 10k XP. So personally, I can't convince myself that it's worth it to do palm trees over papayas when I don't even do farm runs that often on this account like I should be doing. But if you got the money, then go for it. I mean, it's really personal preference and how much GP you're willing to spend. Okay, but now we're going to use the Camelot teleport to get to the Catherby patch, and I usually have it set to Camelot. I accidentally had it set to Sears Village. But also, if you're on Lunars, you could just use the Catherby teleport to get there as well, which would be even closer. So we're just going to take care of this tree now, and after this, what I used to do is run over to the docks and use the Explorer's Ring to restore my run along the way, because this is usually where I would start to run low on energy, and then I would just charter a ship to Brimhaven and run to the tree patch from there. But this is what I do now. I teleport home, I restore my run energy in the pool, and then I use the spirit tree to teleport to the spirit tree that I have planted in Brimhaven, and then it's just a bit of a run west and we're right there. After this tree is going to be the calquat tree, which is just a run south from here, but if you have your house in Brimhaven, or if you have a construction cape, this next step is vital. This step is actually key and could make or break your farm run. And what you've got to do is teleport to the Brimhaven POH portal, and by doing this, you save about 10 seconds of running. So like I said, the calquat tree is up next, and as soon as you get 72 farming, you need to implement these into your farm runs. They take just over 21 hours to grow, but they give over 12k XP each. And for a tree that gives that much XP, you would think it costs like, what, 100k, 150k? No, it only costs 10k. That's under 1 GP per XP, which is even cheaper than Papaya's. The time didn't really matter when I was going for 99 farming anyways, because Papaya still takes 16 hours to grow, so I just did 1 run per day. A lot of the time though, the Calquat wouldn't be grown, so I would only get to it like 4 or 5 days a week, but now that the farming timer has been fixed, I don't think that should be an issue anymore. Also, you do need 8 poison ivy berries as payment for the Calquat, so you could just switch up the order and do more bushes first so you don't have to withdraw them from your bank, but I'm just used to doing it this way, so that's just what I do. Now we're going to teleport to the crafting guild and very quickly deposit a couple of items that are taking up inventory space, and the next patch is right outside the Remington house portal, but I'm just going to run there so you can see where it's at. And we're actually getting very close to the end of the run now. This is the second out of the 4 bush patches in the game, and after that we'll be done. And then once we finish this patch, we can use the Arty Cloak to teleport to the monastery because the bush patch is right next to the teleport location. Every single Arty Cloak, including the Arty Cloak 1, gives unlimited teleport to the Candarin Monastery, and the requirements for the Easy Diary are insanely low. I mean, you could easily get it on your first day of playing. It's such a good item to have, and not just for farming, but for so many things. It's next to the bush patch, next to an altar, it's next to the spirit tree, and it's next to the fairy ring too. I cannot stress enough how good of an item it is to get, so if you don't have it already, I would highly recommend going for it. But now we're going to use the Chronicle to teleport to the last patch, which is right next to the Champions Guild south of Varrock. And this is the last patch that I do in my farm run, so after this we're going to be done. So this is the only farming training I do on my main. Now, herb runs can be good if you need to make some GP as well as a bit of farming XP, but I stopped doing herb runs a long time ago. I think I was around like level 80 farming or so when I completely stopped because the XP and GP weren't worth the time for me. The meta for farming has definitely changed a lot since I used to be really into herb runs, so I'm not exactly sure how to do them efficiently, but what I can tell you is you need to use Ultra Compost. I promise you it's so worth it. But now that we're back at the crafting guild, let's take a look at the amount of XP that we gained from this farm run. I say this farm run as if it's going to change or something, but it is the same amount of XP every time I do the run. But yeah, here we go. 49.5k farming XP from this run, and you can see these runs take under 10 minutes to do, and it costs under 100k GP as well, plus you even make back GP from the harvest and the poison ivy berries. Another thing that you could do is plant a cactus in Al-Kharid and not replant it but just harvest it at the end of each of your runs, and you'll get like an extra 15 to 20k GP from the cactus spines, but I don't really bother with it too often personally. And one last tip I have for you, or I guess this is actually 2 tips, but if you're new to farming, then take a screenshot of your inventory and your gear setup before you go on your farm run, as well as make a farming tab with all your gear set up. Obviously, I don't think you'll be able to copy exactly what I did. It'll take different items with you, probably plant different things, and have a different route. So if you have that screenshot of what you need for your farm run, you'll be able to quickly set it up next time. And the more you do it, the more it becomes muscle memory to the point where you won't even need that picture anymore. But that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I do hope it was able to help you out in one way or another. And if you do have any questions at all, please feel free to ask in the comments. If you're just starting out with farming, I know it can be very intimidating, especially if you've got no clue what you're doing. But I promise after you do a couple runs, you'll know exactly what to do and have your runs on lock. But thank you so much for watching today's video. I want to wish you the best of luck with farming or whatever other goals you might have in RuneScape. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow.